Hey, super learners, coming to you from a different room again. Today, we are going to be listening to a story about a police officer and his special helper. And it's kind of a fun and funny story. So I can't wait to read Officer Buckle and Gloria. Now, use your good looking eyes and see if you can find who Officer Buckle is. Probably that person right there. And who do you think Gloria is? Oh. What is Gloria? A dog. Oh my goodness. So Officer Buckle and Gloria. And this is written and I believe also illustrated. Let me double check. Yes, written and illustrated by Peggy Rathmann. And this picture or this book had such nice pictures that it won a super duper special award called the Caldecott Medal. So that means that the pictures were awesome. So Officer Buckle and Gloria. Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone else in Knappville. Every time he thought of a new one, he thumbtacked it to his bulletin board. Safety tip number 77, never stand on a swivel chair. That's the one that moves around. And why do you think you're not supposed to stand on a swivel chair? What could happen? You could fall down. It turns and moves and it's on wheels. So if you stand on top of it, it could move and you could totally get so hurt. So good safety tip. Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with the students at Knappville School. Nobody ever listened. Sometimes there was snoring. Oh, sorry, he was giving his speech and I fell asleep. Afterward, it was business as usual. Mrs. Topple, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle, but Mrs. Topple didn't hear him. All right, there's Mrs. Topple. Here's Officer Buckle. Let's make a quick prediction based on his safety tip. What do you think is going to happen to Mrs. Topple while standing on the swivel chair? Okay, make your good guess. All right, lock it. Let's see if you're right. I think thought we were about to find out. Keep saving it. Then one day, Knappville's police department bought a police dog named Gloria. When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at the school, Gloria went along. Children, this is Gloria, announced Officer Buckle. Gloria obeys my commands. That means she follows his directions. Gloria, sit. And Gloria sat. It takes a lot of training, special training for dogs to follow those kinds of directions. Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 1. Keep your shoelaces tied. The children sat up and stared. Why would they stare? I wonder what's happening in this picture that lets us, the readers, know. Why are they staring? What's happening? Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. She was. So first, she was copying what he was doing. And then when he turned around, she was sitting and doing what he asked her to do. Safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle. Always wipe up spills before someone slips and falls. The children's eyes popped. Why? Use your good thinking brain. Why did the children's eyes pop at that, listening to that? Yeah, Gloria pretended to slip and fall. Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. She doing what she's supposed to be doing? Now she is, but was she on this page? Good dog, said Officer Buckle. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he had discovered that morning. Remember, to discover means to find out. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. The audience roared. Now, not like roared like a lion, but they roared with laughter. And I want to see if you can figure out why they're roaring with laughter after he said, never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. Thumbtacks help us hold up posters and stuff. You'll probably find them a lot on the cork strip on our boards or in the hallway. They're the pointy things that hold up the papers. So why was everybody laughing when he said that? Oh, Gloria. She acted like she sat on a thumbtack. Ah! Officer Buckle grinned. It's like when you smile, but just a little bit. He said the rest of the tips with plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered. Some of them laughed until they cried. Officer Buckle was surprised. He had never noticed how funny safety tips could be. After this speech, there wasn't a single accident. Now, do you think his speech is funny, or do you think something going on in the background is funny? What do you think? Yeah, I don't think safety tips are funny because they're supposed to keep us safe, but I think Gloria acting them out is funny. What do you think? Yeah, me too. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station. It was stuffed with thank you letters from the students at Knapville School. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawings showed a lot of imagination or like brain power. Look at all those letters that they wrote. I'll read you some of the letters that they wrote. Dear Gloria and Officer Buckle, thanks for coming to our school. You are nice. Your friend, George. Dear Gloria and Officer Buckle, here is a picture of Gloria. Come back soon. Your friend, Maggie. And that's the only ones that I can really read. Oh, dear Gloria, I like you, Mark. Dear Gloria, thank you for coming to our school. I like you, Jason. So those are just some of the letters. And he's saying that the pictures are imaginative or creative because of what she's doing in some of the pictures. Now, does Officer Buckle realize that Gloria was doing that during his talk? No, because every time he turned around and checked on her, she was sitting down like she's supposed to be. His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper. It said, you and Gloria make a good team. Your friend, Claire. P.S. That means I forgot to tell you something. I always wear a crash helmet. Safety tip number 7. So she drew a picture of herself too. Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter to his bulletin board when the phones started ringing. Grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were calling about the safety speech. Officer Buckle, they said, our students want to hear your safety tips. And please bring along that police dog. Now, if you can remember at the beginning of the story, everybody was always falling asleep because safety tips were boring. But they got more fun once Gloria got involved because she made it fun. Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools. Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and listened. Oh my goodness. Look at her. There she is, playing dead. And Officer Buckle thinks that everybody's cheering for him. Who are they really cheering for? After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. Now, I have a question for you. Is this picture that I'm about to show you, is that something that can happen in real life? Or no, that's silly, this is made up? Picture up top. Yeah. Can dogs really sign autographs? No, and if you look at the ice cream person, the person that's serving ice cream, he's like, what's going on? Look at that dog. Then one day, a television news team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium. So his speeches got so famous that somebody recorded it in the big area. When he finished safety tip number 99, do not go swimming during electrical storms, the students jumped to their feet and applauded. Bravo, bravo, they cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again. Now, tell me why they're cheering. There she is. Gloria, stealing the sunshine again. So as readers, we have to do something called infer, where we have to use the pictures to make kind of a guess of, I wonder what the author was saying in those words and how the picture can help me figure it out. So right now we're inferring that the kids in the crowd are cheering because of Gloria, not because of Officer Buckle. That night, Officer Buckle watched himself on the 10 o'clock news. So he's at home. He's watching TV with Gloria. So here's the TV. And we can't see what's on the TV, but it's reflected or shown on the mirror that's on his wall. And what does he see happening? He sees Gloria doing all the silly, crazy stuff. And look at his face. He's like, And look at Gloria's face. She's like, oh no, he knows now. The next day, the principal of Knappville School telephoned the police station. Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for our safety speech. Officer Buckle frowned. I'm not giving any more speeches. Nobody looks at me anyway. Oh, said Mrs. Topple. Well, how about Gloria? Could she come? Uh-oh, look at that grumpy face. Someone else from the police station gave Gloria a ride to the school. Gloria sat on stage looking lonely. Then she fell asleep. So did the audience. After Gloria left, Knappville School had its biggest accident ever. Okay. Now, we're going to check back on our prediction. You made a good guess. You predicted what would happen to Mrs. Topple on the swivel chair. Just keep that in mind when I read this page. It started with a puddle of banana pudding. Splat, splatter, sploosh. Everyone slid smack into Mrs. Topple, who screamed and let go of her hammer. What was Mrs. Topple standing on that she wasn't supposed to be standing on? The swivel chair. Oh no. So there's Mrs. Topple, and she had her hammer, and it went flying. Oh no. The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was a note written on a paper star. Officer Buckle smiled. The note said, Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend, Claire. P.S. Don't worry, I was wearing my helmet. Safety tip number 7. So because Claire was wearing her helmet, the hammer did not hit her on the head. Whew. Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back. Then Officer Buckle thought of his best safety tip yet. You think they're buddies again? I think so too. Safety tip number 101. Always stick with your buddy. And that was Officer Buckle and Gloria. I'll see you soon.